Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do a pole climb and how to get into it, and if you're having trouble, some conditioning moves that are going to make it easier for you, strengthen it up, and I'm also going to show you a couple of different ways to climb a pole, a couple of different entries to climbing the pole, and some tricks and tips about footwear. Make sure you are warmed up before you get onto your pole, so you don't cause yourself any injuries. And let's start the classic pole climb. And to get yourself up on the pole, you will probably rely more on the grip of your feet here, and forearm grip is what I used all the time. I don't need to use that anymore, but that is how I started learning a pole climb. So also you may hook your foot, which I think is absolutely fine to do to start being able to get onto the pole, and then you can work on straightening your feet and not using the top of your foot for grip, because the aim of a pole climb is to have both feet pointed. Like with most pole moves, it looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing and your lines become longer. So what you're going to want to do is pick one leg what you want to be behind and the other leg is going to go in front. It's always good to practice both sides, so it doesn't really matter which one you choose. And what you need to do is you need to have your knee hip height and your shin diagonal at the back of the pole. And same with the forearm grip. You're going to want to rest your forearm slightly diagonally on the back of the pole, leg diagonal, and then you're going to bring your knee to the pole and your foot to the pole, and you're going to push that in as hard as you can, so you've got some grip there, or if you can get a little bit of grip there, this is what you're going to need to climb a pole with. It is not easy to learn, and it does take time to build up the conditioning on your skin. Pole is extremely painful and will leave you bruised, especially when you're trying a new move, so just keep that in mind as well. So we're going to lock that leg onto the pole, and we're going to forearm grip, so it's diagonally against the pole as well. And then we're going to use our forearm grip and pull down on the top hand, and we're going to squeeze as much as you can that shin into the pole to bring the other leg in front, and then you are gripping that front leg as tight as you can against the pole. A lot of, and me myself included, I still do it now, but a lot of people will use the foot hook, which obviously does not look as aesthetically pleasing as a straight toe basically. So you can either try and learn this straight away so you don't get into the bad habit, which is probably the best way, but I didn't do that. I found it extremely difficult, so I just learned hooking my foot, and then after I was confident in the move, I then started focusing on trying to straighten my foot. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I have to actively think about straightening my foot. So I'll just show you the difference with the, see that foot is hooking on, sort of stabilising me a bit, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the straight feet. Obviously, if you're using your foot to hook, you're giving yourself a bit of extra support, which is fine if you're learning to condition for that strength in your legs for it, but I would really try and keep the foot straight if you can, because it looks a lot nicer. That was the basic climb. Good conditioning moves for this, and good practice to get yourself easily up climbing the pole is to do one leg right, I don't even know what the name is, but pull-up type things for your legs. So you would just literally obviously if you need the forearm grip you can use that, but I would just keep doing, see look, I'm flexing my foot, but just keep doing these conditioning moves and it will give you, it will help work towards being able to stay on the pole. Try both sides. Always practice both sides. And then once you've built up some strength in your upper body, you won't need to use the forearm grip and you can just hold it like that. And then you'll be able to let go and just hold one hand. So that is how you stick to the pole for a climb. To do more than one climb, to continue climbing up the pole. So as you can see here, I'm relying on the forearm grip and holding my weight with this arm. We're going to get the forearm grip, the leg, locking that leg onto the pole, forearm grip, pushing and pulling with your hand, pushing with your forearm, grabbing the pole up top, pulling that down. We're just going to sort of just put your weight into your bum area and lift the leg up. Grab. Now we're going to push up with our thighs. This I always used to find extremely difficult, so this you may not be able to do just yet. We're just going to push up, recenter the hands, and then just do it again. But this time we're going to let go, hands will go this way. This time we're going to let go with both legs, pull them up and re-grab, pushing up. The pole climb was one of the first moves that I learned to do, because if you use it in so many different transitions, you know, when you're doing routines, you're always generally going to have a pole climb in there somewhere. I am anyway. And once, just like with most pole moves, it's quite hard to get, but once you've got it, it's like riding a bike, you won't really ever lose it. So with the pole climbs, a good conditioning move for that, once you're able to hold yourself in the climb position, to do some more thigh like pole squats, and then it also gets you used to the movement of pushing yourself up to the pole, because it really isn't easy if you've never poled before, or if you're a beginner, if you don't work out off of the pole. A lot of these moves can be made to look very easy when in fact they're not easy at all. When I started pole dancing, I had never gone to the gym, never been on a pole before, was a couch potato. Like, I really had no strength, no flexibility or conditioning, not anything, and pole has just been amazing. So you can start from literally no strength, no flexibility, no ability to pole, no ability to hold your weight or anything like that. You just need determination and consistency. Once you're more comfortable in your climbs, you can then start to add it, start to polish up the entries and stuff, make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I'll just show you some of the ways that I would transition into a climb. So obviously the one we've just seen, sometimes I'll just literally start from this position, but then I'll go around leaving one leg off a little bit, and then I'll bring it up like this, and then you can just make it look a lot more than what it actually is. that was literally just a climb. So you can always jazz it up, you know, as long as you're, I think even the beginner moves look beautiful and can be worked on continuously, no matter how far in advance you get. It's always good to be polished up on your basic moves. So that was one way. Another way I would do is this. So with that climb, footwear is also going to make a difference to it. So if you've got socks on and you're relying on your skin on the foot or the ankle area for your climb, the sock is going to take that away. But then on the other hand, that's a good way to practice not using your feet, is to wear socks. So you just cannot use that part of your leg. You will have to use your shins. If you're wearing boots, ankle boots, the little eyelet claspy things can get in the way of a pole climb. If you're wearing sandals with the plastic part on the top, that is great, that will help you stick. Same with thigh-high boots, they will help you stick great. Oh, if you have any glittered cover shoes or anything like that, that's just not going to help you stick at all, so that will be the same effect as having socks on. So now I've done that climb, I just want to show you another one that I quite like to do. Oh, and that's the side climb. And to be honest, I actually feel like this is easier. It's easier to get up the pole. It's not as much work on your thighs, but then it's also good to have the work on your thighs because it helps you tone. So this is the side climb. You need to be able to do a knee hold and hook onto the back, so you've got some stability, so you're not going to slide off. And the way that I get a good lock on the pole is lift your leg up and then go diagonal down as you squeeze, so you've really got a good lock on that. So you literally just do this. So with this one, you don't need a forearm grip. Grab with the inside arm, a bit further down with the outside arm, and you're gripping with this knee, pulling up the leg. Then you're going to use this this ankle to push down, and that knee hold to put up. And then you're just going to lift that leg up, and that's how you do the side climb. So I did say I find that easier, but that is not taking into account that for a very long time I couldn't grip with this knee because it was just so painful. So obviously the first climb I showed you is the one to start with, but then we'll give this one a go. You may actually find it's easy for you, but I really do like this entry onto the pole. It looks really, really pretty, and I'll just show you a way that I like to get on the pole using this rather than just doing that. So I'll do this, push up a little bit, bring my ankle to the pole, and then if my hands are not slipping, which they are because it's summer, I would let go of one hand and just have one hand hold on, then lift up, go into your whatever you want to go into if you can. Well, that was my pole climb tutorial. I hope that helped. I hope you've managed to get onto the pole and hold on a little bit now. I am going to be following up with some more beginner trick series. The next one I think I'm going to do is a pole sit, how to sit on the pole and how to, you know, sit with no hands holding and different transitions in and out and stuff like that. So please make sure you're following. Follow all my social medias, and I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.